Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be memory planning for April 20th to the 26th, and I'm going to be using this kit called Wishes by StrawberryLime Designs. She actually came out with this kit a while ago and I didn't pick it up when it first was released, but then she did it as a Black Friday, I think it was Black Friday or Boxing Day special release, and so I knew I had to grab it. And yeah, it's just this really pretty kind of almost fairy tale. And I wanted to bring in hollow foil, but unfortunately I don't have a huge amount of hollow foil. So I did grab a lot of silver washi as well. Most of these are from Simply Gilded, apart from the two that I pointed out, which were from the Pink Room Co. But I did get some hollow foil as Happy Mail recently, so I'll be pulling that in as well. So I start with the top washi this time. StrawberryLime Designs comes with these glitter strips at the top, glitter strips, and I use these at the top to cover the dates so that I can fit the date covers on and headers and things. For the bottom washi, I actually pulled in this kind of blue, pink, green ombre washi, which is from the Masterpiece Simply Gilded subscription box. I just thought the colours were deep enough and kind of similar enough that they would add something extra. And so I put the 10mm strip on the top, and then cut down the washi that came in the kit underneath it. So I used my craft knife. This is from Aldi via my sister. She tells me every time for not mentioning the fact that it's actually her craft knife and that I've stolen it. Just to trim that strip of washi. I do use that a little bit later on, so I pop it back on the sticker sheet. And then I do the same on the other side. It has got this pink tone in it, this washi, and I was a bit worried about it because the colours that have been picked out of the kit are kind of like a purple, light blue, a kind of green and a teal, and there wasn't really any pink in the kit, and I was a bit worried. And then I realised a little bit later on that actually there is a bit of pink in some of the full boxes, so this splash of pink in the washi here, actually, overall you don't notice that it's so starkly out of place, which is really good. So now I'm just flicking through the pages to grab the date covers, and then I wanted to bring in some foil date dots, and I actually do have hollow foil date dots. I got these, I'm just looking for them now, they're on to the side, on top of the loose stickers, but they're from Harriet Wright Designs. I've got them to use with my New Year's kit, and I have lots of dates left over, so grabbing the dates and putting them on. Harriet's hollow foil is really very rainbow. It's really beautiful. I really like it. I didn't quite realise there were different types of holographic foil, and then you go onto shops and there's like a whole collection. So yeah. So this week was kind of the week that I'm planning, sorry, is kind of a bit of a bittersweet week. There was a lot of Dungeons and Dragons being played, which was really fun. But we sadly lost my grandfather on Sunday. He was in hospital all of this week, and finally the dementia stopped him from breathing, stopped him from swallowing. So he died peacefully on Sunday night with my nan with him, because he wasn't COVID-19. It meant that she could stay, so that was really lovely. So yeah, so kind of a bit of a strange week, and yeah, no reason why I chose this kit in particular for this week in terms of the circumstances. I just really love this kit. Sorry, just turned my notifications off. Okay, so I use a trick that I saw on Nikki Plus 3's Insta stories to trim this piece of washi here at the top. The April actually matches the colour, so I was like, oh, I could keep it there. And then I added a patterned header from the kit that comes at the bottom of some of the pages. Then chose my full box for the theme, and I chose the waterfall box because the waterfall box artwork is in the date covers and in the bottom washi, and I just thought if I was using that as a box in the week, it would just be a bit overwhelming, whereas if it's on the sidebar, it's kind of like rounds off the whole thing. At this point, I'm a bit like, oh, I don't know about that April, but we'll carry on. I used another patterned header, and then I pulled in the two habit trackers. The purple one first, and then the green one. I was a bit unsure about the green. It's not, I don't know, it obviously goes with the kit, but it was very bright, and I wasn't sure how much of the green I actually wanted to pull in. So I did try and use it as minimally as possible. But yeah, I chose the blue Monday through Sunday. There was two, but because I'd already used the purple in the habit tracker, I chose the blue, and actually I managed to get all of the four colours that were chosen to be in the sidebar. So we use this teal checklist. I have to cut one of the hearts off if I wanted to include a header, which I did. And so I put that down. Although the first time I put this down, it was super wonky and it kind of bubbled. It was very sad and a bit strange. So I had to completely redo it, which I'll do in a second. But on that note, these stickers are kind of, it's her premium matte, and it's a really nice, almost towards vinyl-y premium matte. And so actually the stickers were quite easy to pull up, provided you hadn't really like forced them down prior. So yeah, just a little note on that. They're really beautiful. I didn't like the April at the top. It just felt really flat compared to the stickers, which are kind of, you know, quite fairly thick. So I grabbed a piece of washi from the kit and tried to lay it down as straight as possible, and it just covered the April, which is awesome. And then I grabbed the silver foiled months of the year from Diamond Print Designs. I don't actually have the hollow ones. I might have to rethink that. I do have some months of the year in my cart, so I'll have to have a little flick through. And I added the April there, and I think I just like it looked better. So I did think about putting my full boxes across the top as normal, but I decided to just put my headers down first. So as I was saying, I don't really want to bring in too much green, so I chose that as my last colour, because then you have slightly less. And I did bring in some foiled header covers. No, what are they called? Header overlays in the holographic foil from Harry Wright Designs. So here me putting down my headers. Kind of skipped over that for you. Just, yeah, one after the other across the page using the green kind of minimally. And then I actually looked at it and I was like, oh, okay, actually the green's not too bad. And I decided to scatter my full boxes. So if you've watched me, all of my full boxes tend to be at the top, and this week I decided to scatter them. And actually, well, you'll see how at the end how I feel about this. So yeah, there were four kind of boxes that looked like dwellings, I'm going to say, like to do with a house or a home or a castle. So I decided to scatter to spread those out, and yeah, scatter them across. And I wasn't sure at that point whether I'd put the window in the wrong place, but actually it turned out all right. I used the witch's cauldron at the bottom. I thought that needed to go at the bottom. And yeah, on Thursday. And then placed the magical kind of, I suppose it's like a magical spring, and then the beautiful floor carpet of flowers on the bottom. And that's where you can see kind of the pink come in. So you've got the pink on the floor of the floral box at the top there, and in the window a little bit. And then I put a foiled header overlay, there we go, that's what it is, on top of the full boxes. So yeah, I actually kind of like it. Spoilers! We'll see how it comes through for there. I was trying to get a wiggle. I need to figure out my lighting a little bit better so I can get that right hand page. I do go on to do a weekend banner using the washi that I picked out at the beginning. I didn't use all of it in the end, and I was able to bring in some holographic from my holo dealer. She's called Tiffany. So thank you very much. That post actually came that day, the day that I did this. So very grateful to have that, and bring in some of that holo Simply Gilded washi. So yeah, this is the washi weekend banner. So I cut out most of the making of that just for speed, I suppose. And here it is in its final. You can see the holographic bows in there, which is awesome. Then put the headers back on, and I grabbed the weekend banner from the kit. It's in the purple colour, and it's really pretty, really dainty. And yeah, decided to bring this in. If I had a hollow weekend banner, I probably would have bought that one in, but I only have a silver one. And so I decided to bring in the coloured one from the kit. So there we go. And now open it out, have a little flick through, and then zoom in, zoom back out, then zoom back in, so we can go into the day by day. So Monday morning, I actually did a workout. I'm not for many years now, I've not really been what do you call it? Like a workout person. My exercise normally comes from walking and running upstairs and teaching. So I bought in a quarter box. All of the quarter boxes are patterned, and so I tried to match the pattern to the full box as best I could. And I pulled in this sticker from Cozy Paper Co. It is in holographic foil in like a lilac colour, which I thought went really well. And instead of using black ink this week, I decided to bring in this dark blue Ink Joy gel pen. There is actually no black in the kit, unless you count like the really dark window pane, but it's more of a dark brown. So I didn't want to ruin it by bringing in a black pen, and I had that to hand, so I was like, okay. Underneath I put a 3-heart checklist and a patterned header to mark out the work that Jack was doing that day. And I used a little rucksack, again, by Cozy Paper Co. You'll see a lot of her icons, their icons being used this week. I have them in silver and in holographic foil. I then pull in a fancy label. I suppose it's a label with 2 strips. And I bring out my holographic Harriet Wright Designs icons to mark. I'm using the paw print to mark that we walked down to Mum's. So it's the first time I'd been out of the house since the shopping spree at the end, like in the 20th of March or something. It was the first time I'd actually left my house. And it was a little bit nervy. I was a little bit, I've been kind of in my own bubble. And so now I was out in the world, and it was just very strange. But we walked down to Mum's. She only lives at the bottom of a hill near me, so it's not far at all. I took the kids and we got some fresh air. The only problem is we have to walk back up the hill on the way home. So underneath that I put a little things, and this was to mark that we watched some TV. I was trying to look for a D20 icon that I could use because we watched Critical Role, and I brought in this Sweet Bean Plans D20, and I was going to bring the pink, and then I was nervous about the pink, and then I noticed the pink in the full box, and I was like, okay, I'm bringing in this pink icon. I think that's the only pink icon I've brought in, was that D20. I do bring it in on the other side as well. And me and my husband, we watched Critical Role. So this is voice actors playing D&D on YouTube, and they did it. We were starting from the beginning 4 years ago, and so yeah, we've kind of become obsessed. And yeah, we also watched some Forged in Fire. So I bought in my custom TV scripts from Artbox Stickers. She was doing a $2 Tuesday on custom TVs, and so I got Forged in Fire. That is in silver, not in hollow, but I think it still works. I think silver and hollow you can put together, and it doesn't look too dissimilar. So moving on to Tuesday, and again started with a quarter box, and this time I was looking for an icon for the fact that I was absolutely aching. The DOMs hit me bad, guys. Yeah, it was bad. Partly because I'd done Joe Wicks, which was it's a hit class essentially, and then also because of the walk down to Mum's and then back up the hill. We walked up a really steep hill to get back home from my mum's house. So yeah, I was absolutely aching. I couldn't move. Oh, it was bad. It's not so bad now, thank goodness. And then I put a half box down. I'm using a laptop sticker from Cozy Paper Co. to mark that I did a quiz for year 7, and then I did it in forms, but I did a form instead of a quiz, and so I had to then redo the quiz. And I was like, oh, I couldn't be bothered. And then my team were like, yeah, but it'll be so much better because you don't have to mark it. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's true. So I had to redo my quiz. I was like so annoyed. Thankfully, it wasn't published until Wednesday, so I had time to do it. And then I used a little thing and I covered up the icon with an end of another little thing to put a Harriet Wright Designs laptop sticker down to mark that we had our team bio Zoom meeting. We had one on Monday as well, but I just needed to fill the space. The 3-heart checklist was for my film edit and upload. I think this was a paper chase haul. Oh no, I think it was a memory plan with me. I think. I can't remember. I have to look it up. But yeah, so to mark and upload, I used a phone sticker from Go to Paper Co because I film and I edit and I do voiceovers on my phone. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm talking into my phone. So yeah, and then I put another patterned header and then a third box from the glitter sampler, and I used a sticker to mark that I was continuing to store my stickers, so they still weren't done. By this point, it'd been over a week, and they still weren't finished. The book still needed additions added to it. It still does it, to be honest. I haven't stuck my glitter headers in; they're just kind of tucked in. So yeah, I still was sorting some more stickers. On Wednesday, I then added a quarter box at the top. It seems to be a theme. And this one was to mark that I was baking. So I have this sampler from Lily Blossom Designs. It came as a freebie when in an order, and it has a mixer. And I just thought in holographic foil, and I just thought it was perfect. To mark that I made banana bread. We had some bananas that were going bad. Another patterned header. And then I added a 3-heart checklist, and this one is to mark that I had a Zoom call with my team, then we moved on to house party, and then I also had a Zoom call for my Slimming World group. So I bought in another phone sticker, this time in the lilac, to mark all of those little meetings that I had. So house party definitely was on my phone, and then the Zoom calls I think might have been on my laptop. But yeah, I do them on my phone sometimes as well. Underneath the picture, so weird, underneath the full box. Oh, look at that holographic foil and that coated paper coat, so cool. I pulled in a little thing. This is with the box, but I did cover it up with the end of another little thing. This is kind of a trick that like J. Crew plans and uses, so she can use her clear foil stickers. And I pulled in the shopping cart from the Harriet Wright Designs icon sampler to mark that my husband went to Aldi. And then the fancy label underneath, I had added another paw print just for like any outdoor activity, because we planted some potatoes and chilies. The chilies are doing really good. We have my husband got a set from my mum for Christmas, and she's got it comes with seeds for jalapenos, habaneros and cayenne chilies, and all three of them now have got little seedlings. It's so cute. So we just, we're watching our progress. And then on Wednesday evening, it was actually the Famalam nights. So we shifted it from Thursday onto Wednesday, and it was the quiz and 3 other things was what it was called. So my brother-in-law did a really big quiz. It was awesome. And then we drew following instructions, which was fun. We had a tray where you kind of memorise what's on the tray. And I think we didn't play a round of bingo. I can't remember what the third thing was. Oh, I think we had a treasure hunt. So where we said, go get something that you use to clean your teeth, etc. Although my cousins didn't get into it. The kids did, which is fab. They were running all over the house, which was great. And my my kids' second cousins and stuff were doing it. But my cousins were rubbish. So were me and my husband, to be honest, but we have kids. So quarter box at the top with a phone sticker to mark that I edited some videos that morning. And then I used another little thing to mark. Again, I cut up an end on there. and I use that to mark my Zoom meeting with work. I use another laptop sticker from Right Designs. And in the full box, I marked that I would set a load of Year 12 work. So I grabbed another laptop sticker from Cozy Paper Co. And I wasn't sure which colour to use. I ended up using the lilac, even though there was, yeah. So I have the lilac, a light blue and a dark blue. And does that work for Year 12? I actually specifically bought those stickers for using with this kit. So, yeah. Then I pulled in a 3-heart checklist. And this was to mark that me and my sister, well, through Zoom, tried out printing and foiling some stickers. So I have a laser printer that I grabbed like years ago because I just couldn't be bothered to wait for like black and white printing. And I was just printing worksheets anyway, which are black and white. And I also have a laminator. So my sister bought some foil ready stickers and sent some foil to me. And so over Zoom, we were trying to foil some stickers. Semi-successfully. We don't have a cutting machine, so we'd have to cut everything by hand. And we first tried out like half boxes, because that's obviously quite easy to cut by hand. It's just like you can just cut a square. But yeah, I mean, it worked out okay. It wasn't too bad. And then I used a printer from Cozy Paper Co. Underneath that was a little thing that I wanted to use for an upload, and I don't have my holographic foil hearts. They're on their way. And I was like, oh, should I just bring in a silver one? And I tried to look for the colours, and the colours I could match were either the green of the little thing or the lilac of the checklist above. And so I just kind of left it, and I'm going to wait for my Clever Girl Craft stickers to come in. They're on their way, they're being shipped, so it won't be long. And then in the fancy label underneath, I used another D&D sticker to mark that me and my sister with my son. It was his first time playing D&D. He's kind of seen us do it and was like, I want to play too. So we created him a character, and we played with my sister to get him, for him to get a feel for how it works and what he needs to do and stuff. On Friday morning, I had a big YouTube binge in the morning. I was technically a work day, but I just think I got exhausted by Friday. And I wanted to use something to mark it, and I don't have a sticker. I don't have a sticker for a YouTube binge. I watch it on my phone, so I could have used a phone sticker, but what I really want is a play button. And I have now since sorted that out. So I have some play buttons on their way to me from Ickle & Co. So I will stick that sticker on there when I get them in the post. Again, they're on their way, so yeah. And then put a little thing down. I had originally put a grocery icon, which I realised I did wrong in just a second. And this is to mark the PBC sale went live. So me and my sister, we shopped from the GP Sticker Studio, or the GP Studio. We also shopped at Simply Watercolour Co. And although she wasn't in the sale, we did pick up some hearts from Clever Girl Crafts. So I've actually ordered the hearts for this spread in this week. So yeah, but they have shipped. They're on their way. They're just lost in LA somewhere. So yeah. And then I realised I did it wrong because I was like, oh, hang on a minute. I wanted to use that icon for the evening on this fancy label, because on the fancy label, I was marking that we had Indian for dinner. We had an Indian takeout. It was so good. Oh, so good. We have some really amazing Balti places near us. So yeah, it was stunning. And then I changed the icon from PBC sale to the stack of money from Cozy Paper Co. from that icon sheet. Then underneath was a little thing, and I covered up the fork and knife so I could use a clear sticker. And that sticker was to represent that me and my husband, we enjoyed a glass of wine in the garden. So I thought I could put it on, and then I realised, no, it didn't work. So I cut up a little end of my other little things, stick over the top, and then added my wine glass. We had some wine in the garden. The weather this week was absolutely gorgeous. We were having just really fantastic weather through towards the middle end of April. It was just fantastic. So nice. Then in the evening, Mark and I, we watched Gordon, Gino and Fred. We also watched some Critical Role. And we watched Critical Role on my laptop, so I bought in a laptop sticker. Again, I need some TV stickers. Oh yeah, sort me out. Saturday morning, I actually slept in. Even though I'd arranged with my cousins to play Dungeons and Dragons. And I was like, let's start at 9. And I was asleep. So I had to get out of bed, chuck on some clothes, and then go down and sit down at Dungeons and Dragons. That was all I did that morning. And it was not great. So I distinguished it from other sessions of Dungeons and Dragons, like with my sister and my son, by naming the place that we were kind of based in, which was created by my husband. I poured in another Sweet Bean Pans sticker, again in the pink, to kind of bring that in. And it balances quite nicely with the other D&D stickers. I then had another little thing to mark my UK Planner Haul upload. Again, I'm waiting for my Clever Girl Crafts hearts. And then I marked levelling up. So we'd had some amazing time on in the session in the morning, and we were levelling up. So that was fun. I used the little box with the hearts coming out of it, because I was like, well, that's like moving up, like the hearts are floating out of the box. So we're levelling up. Do you get my thinking? Plus we're level 3 and there's 3 hearts. So yeah. I pulled in a patterned header and a glitter third box to mark that. I then watched the Critical Role guys doing like interviews. So kind of like they interviewed themselves. It's quite cute. And just kind of getting their backstory a little bit more and their like life story and stuff. It was really, really good. So it's called Between the Sheets. And yeah, so I watched a few episodes of that on my phone that evening while my husband, I think he was playing Destiny. So yeah. On Sunday then in the morning, I marked that I read my Lectico, and I used the phone sticker again from that Lily Blossom design as sampler. Then I pulled in a 3 heart checklist, but this time it was a full, kind of like a full checklist. And that was to mark all of the meetings that I had this day. And then I pulled in a pattern header and a third box. So we actually Zoomed 3 times that day. So I had my church Zoom. So I wrote Zoom in the header. So I had my church Zoom, and then we had a quiz with some of Mark's friends. They live up north, and we haven't really spoken to them. And then we also had another D&D session, and that D&D session was when we found out that my grandfather had passed away. So weird, sorry, I call him Grandad. So Grandad passed away. It was really nice that we were with my cousins when we found out, and my aunt and uncle live with one of my cousins now, and she was the one who told us, and we were all together and we carried on playing, and just as a distraction, and we raised a glass of vodka if we had any. The only vodka I could find was some toffee vodka that I bought 7 years ago. It tasted fine. It was great. And we raised a glass to him, and we played a bit more. So yeah, that was when we found out, and it was nice that we were with my cousins and my family hearing that news. We kind of knew it was coming. It was just a matter of when rather than if. So yeah, so there was my full spread. I added some more foil overlays on the kind of patterned headers, and here's the leftover stickers that I've got left. This kit was huge, so I have loads of stickers left over that I can bring into multiple spreads. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you give this video a like and subscribe to see more in the future.